Since we launched What Would You Do back in 2018, I've run over 500 What Would You Do sessions with over 3,000 people. And more than 500 hours later, I've learned how organisations are unwittingly failing their people. In this video, I share 7 common issues which surface, and if you stick around to the end, I'll also share 3 steps that you can take to address them without spending a penny. Hey, it's Ricky from Think in Focus, one of the creators behind the What Would You Do family. We help people all over the world to be more effective and productive. We challenge their mindset and change behaviours to unlock that hidden potential and improve their performance. Back in 2018, we launched What Would You Do? What Would You Do is a social learning experience that facilitates big conversations in business. What Would You Do is now available in multiple formats, whether that's a traditional board game to a digital online experience, or you can even use it to engage up to 200 people in a single session. Now, I love facilitating, and I really love facilitating What Would You Do sessions because every conversation is different. It's just a fantastic opportunity to learn. And for me, there's nothing better than watching players learn from each other as they share their thinking, their experiences and perspectives. Okay, so let's take a look at the 7 issues that surfaced. They're in no particular order, by the way. Now, we all know in today's world, everybody's busy, which means most organisations design their processes and procedures in isolation. However, the unintended consequences is this feels out of context for the day-to-day reality of the end user. Your people don't have the time or the bandwidth to take on more, so they'll resist the change as they struggle to integrate it with everything else they've got to do. The result is, well, it feels to them like you're making their lives harder and more challenging to do the job. So what happens? Well, they redesign the process, often without telling you. They're just looking to find a way, and this is the conflict that exists between design and the user experience. So if you look around, how many of your business processes are designed to enable your people to deliver a killer customer experience, whether that's the external customer or the internal customer? Now, like any business, your business is full of tacit knowledge. These are the unwritten rules and working practices that exist in every business, but they're not documented or widely known. Only a few people truly understand them. And it's this tacit knowledge that it's like oil in the engine. You can't see what it's doing, but without it, your engine will seize up. And this presents an unnecessary risk for your business. You've created key person dependencies where hidden working practices only live within a few people. So what happens when something goes wrong with an unknown process? Where do you even start? What are you actually fixing? Which brings us on to the next point, which is how can you improve something that you don't fully understand? And when you try, your improvements are destined to fail because you don't have the whole picture. So again, you need to consider what risks will your business face if these practices are not passed on effectively. Your people know what's wrong in your business. Every day they're seeing opportunities to improve. And in fairness, they'll probably raise it, but for many reasons, they get ignored. It could be that there's not enough time. It could be that your people feel stretched and have limited bandwidth to even cope with anything else. It could be their manager can't be bothered. Or the manager's already made the judgment that he feels it's just too hard to change, so why bother? The result, well, your people normalise it. They learn to live with it. And so they stop raising the issues. And what you've just done is stifled improvement and innovation. And what you're left with is a load of missed opportunities, whether that be to improve the customer experience, it could be to save time, it could be to save money and resources. But you've missed a fantastic opportunity to engage your people in doing things better. And let's face it, if you don't listen, why should they waste their breath? They say there's no substitute for experience, and they're right. When people lack experience, they shy away from situations when they feel unsure or uncomfortable. In fact, think about when you're a small child. Much of our learning is from observing others. A good example is take the small child running around the house with a cape hung off their shoulders. Well, who taught them to do that? As we get older, we continue to learn through observation. We watch others to see how they handle situations, and we use this as a frame of reference for when we face similar situations. But this got me thinking, well, think about what we've gone through in the last 18 months. How do you observe others in a virtual world? And with people working at full capacity, how do you identify opportunities to actually learn through observation? And probably, and most importantly for me, is when we are watching others, are we spending that time wisely? Are we watching the right people doing the right things in the right way? So think about your organisation. How can you build a bank of shared experiences for your people to learn, to accelerate their development? Like most people, your people are fearful of getting things wrong. They can recognise that it can cost money and waste time, let alone the embarrassment that we feel when we cock it up. When we lack experience, confidence, or both, we're likely to avoid making decisions, so we delay. We either search for more data to make a decision, or we invoke the hope strategy, hoping it will either sort itself out or somehow go away. Now, in environments where failure is not handled well, where managers perhaps overreact, they get angry, or they start to blame people, your people will look for certainty, so they'll delay decisions, they'll let others make them for them for fear of getting it wrong. And what you're left with is inertia and confusion and that massive potential for lost time and money. So how do you make people feel safe and build confidence for them to make decisions? And that leads us nicely into number 6. When there's bad news that needs sharing, how do you react? Do you become animated, angry and frustrated? Well, if you do, then remember point 4, because we learn through observation. And now I've just learned that telling you something bad is going to create a negative reaction. So I might avoid telling you at all. I may hold the news back until you're in a good mood, or I might sugarcoat the message to make it feel less problematic. But whichever response I choose, I'm going to try and protect myself and minimise the personal risk to me. Now, the problem for you, therefore, as the manager, is that the issues still exist, but you've just closed down your feedback loop. Now, this means that things are going to go unresolved, and they're only going to get worse with probably more severe consequences. Now, is that a risk that you can afford to take? Now, when you're good at receiving bad news, your people will share what they really think and what's going on, and you're going to prevent issues from escalating and becoming a massive problem for you. This is your opportunity to listen, learn, and improve, whether that's the business or developing your people. So what issues should you be aware of that you don't currently know about? Finally, number 7. When things aren't right and need fixing, there's nothing more frustrating than not being able to sort it. And your people get just as frustrated as you do when something that can easily be resolved is left broken. What they want is to feel like you've got their backs. They want your trust and to know that you believe that they have the business interests at heart when they're trying to fix something. When they feel that you're on their side, they feel empowered, and if given the tools, they'll get stuck in and they'll find and fix the issues that are holding your business back. The question, though, is, are you brave enough to give your people permission to fix the issues that you and they care about? Now, in reality, you'll have all these issues going on in your business at one time or another. So let's just remind ourselves, top 10 style, what the issues are that actually surfaced. So number 1, you're making it harder than it needs to be for your people to do the jobs. Number 2, there's hidden knowledge that makes your business work, but you don't know about it. Number 3, people learn to live with poor systems and processes. Number 4, the pandemic plus busy people in lean environments mean that we don't get the opportunity to build that bank of experience. Number 5, people lack the confidence to make decisions because they're just scared to fail. Number 6, when we don't receive bad news well, we drive future bad news underground. Number 7, make people feel psychologically safe and they'll own the issues and fix them for you. Of course, it's all good and well knowing what the issues are, and you may recognise them some in your organisation, but what's more important is what can you do about it? Well, here's 3 things that you can do that won't cost you a penny. So these are 3 things that people just like yours taught me. Here's what they want, and I believe will improve your organisation right now, all free and with huge payback. So first, give your people a regular forum to share openly, warts and all. Then sit back, listen and learn. Secondly, Get good at receiving bad news. If you're not, those issues will stay underground and continue to cost you. You really do need to know. Thirdly, give your people permission to own the issues and clear a path for them to succeed. Be brave and set them free. Now, you don't need me to tell you, but your people are the window to what is really going on in your organisation and how it actually works. And for me, it was through playing What Would You Do with hundreds of clients that created these valuable insights and common themes. What Would You Do is the social learning experience that combines group coaching and psychological safety in the backdrop of fun and engaging gameplay. This unique blend makes people feel comfortable and more open, and they're much more willing to share the good, the bad and the ugly. And it's this insight that you just can't get any other way. Okay, so if you want to find out more about how What Would You Do can help your organisation, whether that be achieve a more open relationship with your people, to unlock hidden potential, or to accelerate the development of your people, well, you can learn more on our YouTube channel, you can learn more on our website, or you can arrange a free demo, and the link to do that is below. So hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. See you next time.